Hey guys, Ija here, aka Active. Gonna show you guys a quick how-to on how to make a quick recording of some gameplay. This is always encouraged by all of our people on the White Rhino 09 by them server. You don't have to do it, but if you ever want to report something, maybe misconduct, breaking of rules, or anything like that, this is the best way of doing it. We obviously have a lot of streamers on our page, and that's helpful, but sometimes it's actually really difficult. Today I spent 2.5 hours trying to figure out, piece together some information on a situation. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of how to do this. Anybody in the service can do this. I encourage bosses have this set up so that if you have to go conduct maybe a contact about a situation between, I'm going to say, EMS and police. Maybe you have a problem and you go contact the supervisor. I would encourage you record that situation so that we know, and you send it off to the admins. We file these things. I file them all the time, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to download a project called OBS Studio. You're going to click on obsproject.com. I'll give you guys the link inside the description of this video, as well as the White Rhino 09 Discord server. You're going to click on this, download your appropriate installation, open up the window, download it. It's only 75 megabytes. It's pretty quick. Boom, done. Run it, install it. I think you guys all got that sorted out by now. Open the file, run it, and install it. Okay, that's step one. Step two, open the program. It's going to look just like this. Nope. Not that one, this one here. This is what you guys are going to end up with. I'm going to make this a little smaller for you guys. It's going to get confusing when I start adding sources in here, especially since that's the monitor that I am trying to show you guys how to do this on. So you don't have to scroll that up, but just so you know, that's how you do it. Scenes on the left, that's going to be your current scene. And so you can actually set up a recording scene. And there's many reasons why you might set up. I'm going to show you an example of my streaming scene and the way it sets up. So just so you guys are aware, we have a couple different scenes here. I have my start scene, my stream scene, my be right back scene, and my end stream. And then we click in this and you see all this stuff over here under sources. Each one of those sources are different, and also our audio mixers are changing. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And so we're going to go ahead and go through. This is a good example of my stream scene. If we open these up, you can see that there's a significant amount of input inside of these depending on what it is. And I'll explain to you how this all functions and the way it works. Okay, they can be very simple. Like this one here is just my start. It's my background. This one here is my end music, or start and end music. And you can configure that appropriately for whatever you're trying to do, whether you're streaming or if you're just trying to record some input for a how-to, or in this case, document a interaction that may be going poor or going well. And I want you guys to be aware of how to fire this off real quick, because sometimes we don't have access or the time to go back and push the button. OBS will need to be opened in order for you to do that, but it's going to be literally the touch of a button to fire off a recording. That way we have that information available. So you try and do that as quick as possible, hopefully. And if we can't get it all, I understand. But any information that you guys could provide us is going to be helpful. Sometimes it's difficult to chase down the information off of the streams. Okay, so here's the information. This is our scene. Over here in the middle is our sources. We need 3 basic sources. We need audio input, audio output, and we need video. So first thing off, let's set up with some videos so I can see exactly what the situation that you're talking about is. And so we're going to push the plus sign. That's going to create a new source, and we're going to go ahead and hit display capture. Okay, our display capture is going to be create a new display, and this is going to be monitor 1. This is the monitor 1 is the one that I play on. It's the one that you are currently looking at this window on. I have 2 monitors. I also have one over to the right. You can see my cursor disappearing and nothing to the left, but my cursor disappears to the right monitor over right because I have 2. And so we're going to go ahead and add monitor 1. In here you can see monitor 1, monitor 2. We're going to select monitor 1, which is the one that we're currently playing on, and push the OK button. Sorry about that. We're also going to do some audio input capture. This audio input is going to be for what we are saying. And so our microphone inputted into the game what our conversation is to the person that is on the other side of the game. And so input capture, and we're going to put microphone. For me, I have multiple microphones. I'm going to have my Rift headset. I'm going to have my my webcam, essentially. I have my actual monitor that I use for streaming, and I have my Corsair gaming set, which is what most of you guys are going to be selecting, or something similar. You're going to be using a gaming set for that. You're not going to probably have all these other options. Okay, default probably not going to be the choice to choose, but headset, microphone is going to be the best. I have mine disabled, so I'm going to select my Realtek audio. You're going to select your headset from in-game, whatever microphone that is. Okay, push the OK button, and you can see my conversation right now. As it's detecting my voice, it's actually modifying it. And you can see the mixer over here where we're going. So we can turn this down, because right now that would probably hurt people's eardrums. And so I try and get it to the green level. You don't ever want to see it in the red. Red would be bad. And if you notice that when I enunciate certain words, for example, Peter Piper had a pickled pepper, it goes to the yellow options versus when I just talking normal. The other ones that do that is going to be your S. S is going to do that as well. And C's, cats. Those types of words are going to actually pronunciate that into the yellow bar, and it could cause distortion. So you want to try and get that as close to the green as possible with a little bit of enunciation on certain letters, I guess. So that's input audio for what we can hear from your voice. We also need to hear what's going on inside of the game. That would be an output capture. And so we click on output capture. We're going to just go ahead and just type game audio. It's also desktop if we had desktop audio. And so a good example of that would be Little Miss Cortana. If we click on this,
I can learn to understand.
You can hear everything that when I push that button, that's what's allowing you to do that. That is going to be an output device. And so for 95% of you guys, you're going to be utilizing a headset. So we're going to select the same headset. Okay, one's going to be your microphone, one's going to be your output. Some people are playing with a monitor. Maybe you have a desktop audio system, speakers or something like that sitting on your desk. I don't suggest that for anything with microphones, because you'll get some reverberation through that where your desktop audio is talking into your microphone, and we can hear that as an echo in the game. And so if you do have that situation, you might try and get some time to invest inside of a wireless or even corded gaming headset, so you can input both of those outputs inside of your ear. And so we're going to go ahead and select, in our case, my Corsair gaming set. Now, we're going to go ahead and push OK. You do need to double check and make sure that this is selected to that Corsair gaming set. If I select my Rift here, it's going to be trying to pick up and send my desktop audio to my Rift headset. Therefore, you guys will not receive an output, okay, inside of this. So just be aware of that. That's the way I would set this up. Now, to start a recording, you can either A, push this button and record it, and I can't push that button right now because I'm currently recording this, but when you do, it'll look something like this. It'll turn gray and show you that you are actually recording, and you can see that my microphones and my audio inputs are all set up the same way, and you can actually set that up that way. So again, I am not going to push that. It'll corrupt my video, and we're going to show you where that video is and all of that. But before we do that, I want you guys to be able to do this at the push of a button. That way you can access it quickly. So OBS is really well configured, and the way that it's set up, it's very configurable. So we're going to go ahead and here in the settings. Settings, if you need to know a couple things about these settings. So first off, we're going to go down here to hotkeys. Under hotkeys, we can set this up. You can see my start stream and my stop stream is Control-Alt-Shift-1. And so if I pushed Control-Alt-Shift and 1 all at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and output and start streaming. I don't want to do that right now. I just want to talk to you guys specifically. So recording right here is the one that we're referring to for this situation and the way this works. And so you can set that up there to Control-Alt-Shift-2. And I can stop the recording with the same button if I want, or I can change it with a different button. I wouldn't suggest you guys go that far. I would rather you guys select a key, for example, maybe F9 or F10 or something like that. You want to find something that isn't being utilized in the game, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if it is utilized in the game. You'll see me push certain buttons during my streams. When I do that, it actually does different things and windows pop up. It's because I'm usually using a Control-Alt-Shift pattern to provide output to my OBS for my other stream, okay, for my actual streaming scene. And so just keep that in mind. That's the idea behind that. Select this. That way, all you have to do is push that button in the game, and it'll automatically start recording. And the other button, which can be set up, also F9, if you wanted to, will stop the record. Okay. The reason I wouldn't, and the only reason you might, is because maybe you accidentally pushed F9, and so by pushing the F9 key, you're actually stopping the recording when you think you're recording it. And so I would utilize F9. That way, if it's already started, it will continue to record that scene for you. You can do this all the way throughout. You can start it up, and then you can send snippets to us if need be. So that's the way this set up and works. I'm not going to apply this because I don't want to do that. One more thing is your output. I have it set to advanced. I encourage everybody to go ahead and set that advanced. But if you look, we got a couple different tabs here. I'm going to select recording, and it tells me where my videos are going to go. You can set this up to a desktop location if you want, which isn't a bad idea. You just click the browse button. We're going to go over here to our desktop. We can create a new video, new folder, and we can say Geisha 2K3 recordings, and we can push our enter button. There it is, and we can go ahead and select this folder as an output folder if we want. I'm not going to do that right now because, again, I don't want my video to be corrupted that we're currently recording. Okay, so that's the idea behind setting this up. So we're going to go ahead and go to that file there, and you'll be able to find it. I won't be able to access it right now, but it's because it's the one that we're sending right now. And so mine are default under the my documents. If we go under here, click on this PC, we're going to go over here to videos, and you can actually see my recording right here. This is the one we're currently recording right now. And so that is where that is located. Okay. And if you notice, it's a very generalized thing here. It will overwrite your recording if you do multiple. So the second you're done with that recording, you'll want to right click on this and rename it so you don't accidentally overwrite it. The reason these ones are all named something different, like that one right there, is because the file type is for something different. That's my camera system of the house. And this one here is for something else that's already been converted. Okay, so this one right here is our current recording. When I take and I finish this video, it will output into a different form and overwrite something. And it's probably going to overwrite this one, to be honest. The MP4, but we're currently putting in MKV, which is why you see two of them. This one over here is something else. And so that's the way that works. So if you guys have any questions on how to set this up or want to set this up and need help, you don't hesitate. You get a hold of myself first. And if I can't get back to you, I would check with Rhino. He could probably help you walk through this too. I don't like to volunteer people for stuff like that, but in this particular case, Rhino would probably be okay with helping you out set that up real quick. Real handy feature that you guys can do just to make our life a little bit easier with helping to police the server. And so if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Get a hold of Active or Rhino. Otherwise, we'll chat with you guys later. Peace, guys.